Here's what you need to know. You have to ask yourself if the Barry Diller-backed Aereo has a plan C. Just over 3 weeks after losing at the Supreme Court against the broadcasters, the streaming service has now taken a big hit in its efforts to be reborn as a cable service. The Copyright Office has told Aereo that it doesn't believe it qualifies for designation as a cable service. In a move announced last week, Aereo were betting that if it played off the High Court's ruling that it couldn't stream broadcaster signals without paying them because it appeared to resemble a cable distributor, it could live on as a cable service. That might be hard now. The Copyright Office also added that the rules only apply to companies that the Federal Communications Commission has distinctly designated cable services. Now, if there is a sliver of hope in any of this for Aereo, it is that it's still in front of the courts, and the Copyright Office will accept their filings but not process them until the company's status is finalized. Then a final decision will be made. Today is the CBS day at the TCA, but behind the scenes, one of the network's biggest properties is in production purgatory, just over 2 weeks before its 8th season is supposed to get up and running. As Deadline's Nellie Andrima reports, the core cast of comedy blockbuster The Big Bang Theory still does not have new contracts, and talks are not exactly moving fast. Now, you may have felt that you've heard this tune before, but actually the notes are not the same. The original cast's 2010 salary renegotiations occurred while Jim Parsons and gang were still under existing contracts. This time around, the core cast contracts ended at the end of last season, so it's all on the table and the cameras aren't rolling. The question is, will this all get worked out in time for the show to make its 1-hour Season 8 premiere on September 22nd? Stay tuned. And lastly, a list of sorts. A top 10 list actually, but not from David Letterman. As Deadline's Dave Robb reports, in an effort to win membership ratification of its newly negotiated 3-year contract, SAG-AFTRA have put up a top 10 list on their website of why the union's 165,000 members should vote for the new deal. The list ranges of items including a competitive wage package, an industry-wide deal in basic cable, to improvement in the area of advanced payment of residuals, and the potentially prickly paving the way to a health plan merger. The dense list doesn't exactly warrant the laughs or the groans of the late show staple, but it does try to simplify the nuts and bolts of the new deal. In its first big agreement since merging in the spring of 2012, the union and the Alliance of Motion Picture and TV Producers struck a deal on Independence Day, after 2 long months of talks and a trio of late-night 24-hour contract extensions. The deadline for members voting is August 22nd. That's also when the votes will be counted. Long before then, keep checking back for more video news from the Deadline team. I'm Dominic Patton for Deadline Hollywood.